I want to finish reading the article from Science Daily dated April 26, 2006 about Kennewick Man. The title of the article was Kennewick Man's Skeletal Find May Revolutionize Continent's History. Now, I hope you'll watch my previous video because that's the first part of the story of the article. Now I'm going to finish it today. What the experts were able to ascertain from their brief encounter with Kennewick is that he did not look like a Native American. This is what the article says. In fact, Berryman says Kennewick's facial features are most similar to those of a Japanese group called the Ainu, A-I-N-U, who have a different physical makeup and cultural background from the ethnic Japanese. Some Ainu's facial features appear European. Their eyes may lack the Asian almond-shaped appearance, and their hair may be light and curly in color. However, this does not mean that Kennewick Man, I'm still quoting from this article, okay? Even their misprint, their errors in grammar. This does not mean that Kennewick Man necessarily was European in origin. His features more closely resemble those of the natives of the Pacific Rim than those of Native Americans. Berryman, a fracture expert who was trained in the fine art of picking apart dead people at the University of Tennessee's Body Farm, also documented 3 types of bone breaks in Kennewick: fractures that were suffered in his lifetime and then healed, fractures that happened after his burial, and fractures that occurred when the skeleton was eroded from the riverbank. Part of a spear had remained lodged in Kennewick's right hip bone at a 77-degree angle, but remarkably, the spear did not cause his death. The cause of his demise remains a mystery. What is known is that this athletic, rugged hunter survived many physical traumas before finally expiring in his mid to late 30s. The muscle markings are pretty pronounced, Berryman says. He was probably a well-built individual. The bones of the right arm were larger than the left. The bigger arm can be explained by the 18 to 24-inch long atlatl, or spear thrower, that gave him and his contemporaries the ability to propel a spear up to the length of a football field in order to kill their food. Kennewick died long before the invention of the bow and arrow. I'm still quoting from the article now. Berryman says Kennewick has only begun to reveal the story of his life and times, and it would be tremendous to have other scientists examine his bones. It was a lot slower process than we thought, Berryman says. The first day, all day, we looked at one bone, one femur, and then we realized at the end of the day that we were going to be lucky to be able to cover this the way it should be in a week and a half. Age, ancestry, sex, height, pathologies, types of trauma, even whether a woman has given birth, all can be determined just from examining a skeleton, says Berryman, who often is called upon to give expert testimony on bones in criminal trials. Bone is great at recording its own history, he says. Throughout your life, there are different things that you do, and they may leave little signs in the bone. If you can read those signs, it's almost like interviewing a person, unquote. Now, that was the article. Now, almost 10 years later, there was a study done as reported, and I'm going to go over that next. It's going to kind of call into doubt some of the things that were implied by this article I just read from 2006. So gives us, pause for thought on that. Now, if you watch this video, please click like and subscribe or follow and share the video with someone else. Save it to favorites, watch it again, repost it, whatever. But feel free to make comments. What do you think about Kennewick Man? Was he a Native American? Or was he of like an Ainu, of a person looking almost European? All right. We'll see. Thank you.